How's it going, everybody? Welcome to the Minecraft Let's Play. My name, of course, is Mr. Sheep, and I really, apparently don't care. Come on, Mr. Sheep. I paid you to do this, right? What are you doing? He doesn't care. He's just checking me. Look at him. He's walking away. He's like, screw this. I don't need this job. And you said to me you wanted to be an actor. What are you doing, guy? But welcome back, everybody, to the Minecraft Let's Play. My name, of course, is System Z, apparently the creator of the wackiest intros ever. And this is a continuation of the last episode. We actually worked on this last episode, this cool spiral of a mining well. Basically put a beacon down there to do some mega mining, and we kind of came up with the idea to do a town and like other farming projects on the side here. So I'm going to experiment with that today. I've got some cool designs planned out, and we're just kind of going to play with it. So I really need your feedback for this episode, so let me know what you think of the final product down in the comments below. But guys, let's just go ahead and get straight on into it. The first thing I'd like to do for this project is actually just focus on the village for now. And that's really all we're going to do today. I do want to add like automated farms and, you know, different animal pens and all that kind of stuff around the edges. But I really only want to work on the village design for now because that's the one thing I'm having trouble debating on. So we're going to come up with a design here, and then you need to let me know if you like it. So my idea is that on this first kind of spiral, like it's pretty much right under the starting, you know, staircase. It's right under that. I'd like to just start it there, and I want it to be the kind of thing where instead of a village, it's more of an exhibit. So it looks like a friendly village, but all the villagers can't actually escape from their homes. And their homes are going to be kind of tiny, colorful boxes, if that makes sense. I think it should be pretty cool. And I've got a lot of stuff here in this cyan shulker box. Let's open it up. So we've actually got concrete blocks in here and, of course, stone and all that kind of stuff for landscaping. I like the idea of doing a very modern kind of cubic design for this. And to show you what I mean, I'd like to go ahead and grab a couple colors here, and you can kind of see what we're doing. So just as an example, let's just kind of place a row of blocks here and maybe make it go up by a couple blocks as well. So for example, we're going to do just a 5-block tall kind of space, and there is a plane traveling outside my window. Sorry for the loud noises, but what I'll do is just kind of have like an expanded space. It'll be like a very small apartment almost for a villager, and we'll have an entrance that we can get through but the villager can't, so like a piston door, for example. That's kind of my idea, and then on the edges we can make pathways and different ways to kind of travel around the village, but mainly the staircase is going to be the way. But we'll have farms, like wheat farms, just kind of splashed around. We'll have nice landscaping, all that kind of stuff, and I think honestly it should be pretty cool. But what I'd like to do first is just kind of get a basic backdrop here. It will be a lot further back than this, but just for an example, we'll go ahead and do that. And just to fill it up, basically, let's scoop back here and fill this in. Bada boom. I know it looks very weird. I need to clean up the top, actually, but then we'll have a couple others, like a red one and a yellow one, for example, just kind of splashed around. All kinds of different colors. I feel like that would be honestly perfect. So that's kind of what I want to do. Now this is going to be tricky right here. I'm gonna try and land on top of that so I can fix that stone, because it's going to drive me crazy otherwise. Can we do it? Yeah, that was easy enough. Just fix it up there and basically do the same thing we've done here, but just in different locations and using different colors. So maybe, for example, we could do another one over here that could be just a little bit more down. We could do kind of, oh, this is actually a little terrifying, I'm not gonna lie. Maybe one that is here and kind of, nope, that blocks the road, can't do that. How do we do this without causing too much annoyance? Maybe we just have it like that. I think that still blocks the road, though, is the problem. This is definitely gonna be tricky, guys. Definitely gonna be tricky, but overall, I think we could make it work. Well, that is pretty spooky. There is a creeper right up there. Oh, no. Okay, apparently it wasn't. Apparently it was actually right there. Wow. I am a noob at Minecraft, guys. That was, what a reaction. I was sitting there looking at it strategically like, oh, where'd it go? And it dropped right in front of me. I don't know how to play Minecraft, apparently. And it destroyed everything. That's very typical. That's definitely very typical. Can't be mad at them. I mean, they're definitely doing their job. Destruction. So there's an example, another one. You could have just kind of one there, but I don't want to do all of them at that same size. I'd actually kind of like to make some of them a little bit shorter. So, and not, directly centered with like the cubes and everything. I'd kind of like to do a long one that goes all the way to the end and maybe is a little bit lower as well. So let me also get a shape for this and see if we can come up with something kind of nifty with that. And another idea that I had is in each cube, we could actually do like a color theme. So for example, this yellow one, we could make sure that the bed for the villager is yellow as well, and just kind of keep a common theme. I think that would be pretty cool, and it would honestly be a pretty cool challenge because, it would make me use all the different colors in the game to kind of come up with a central design. Now, we would have things like, plants, obviously, like green and that, but overall, we could use, yellow carpet for this and just really try and make it all yellow. I think that could be pretty cool. And then maybe, some villagers could have like a yellow sheep as a pet, a red sheep as a pet, all that kind of stuff. And I realized how much concrete this is actually going to take. Thank goodness this is all like very easy to get our hands on. I just really need to be careful because I don't need to waste these blocks because ultimately, like I said, they're definitely going by pretty quickly. I don't want to have to constantly be making them, but there is that. Let me collect this yellow. Let's go back up and break these blocks, of course, because that is disgusting. We don't want stone everywhere, even though there is already stone everywhere. Yeah, and let's just kind of get a glance at what this is starting to look like. Did I hear something drop? What was that? Yeah, so this is kind of the idea. If we would have just these kind of boxes all over the place, stacked on top of each other, right beside one another, just really random designs. And in between them, we could actually do like landscaping. We could add farms. We could do certain little, pieces of grass, little bushes area type thing, landscaping, but just engraved into the stone. I think that could be pretty cool. So this is kind of my idea. Now, otherwise, we could do just a standard, village design, like a T, or what is it called, an A-frame roof with, basic wood, just something really easy. I just thought this would be kind of unique because we don't really build with these kinds of colors, and honestly, I'd kind of like to. So let me know what you think. I'm still going to do this for today, but I'm more than happy to switch it up. I can always just delete these and reset what we've got. So just let me know what your input is because I'd love to build this together. So we can either do this would be the modern design, or we can just do the A-frame type, medieval village, just implant it around. I think that might fit the world a little bit better, but overall, I kind of like this a little bit better, but I guess it really depends on what it would look like at the end. So what I'm going to do is just kind of play around with some landscaping and just see what we can do. And I can show you guys a little bit more in-depth idea of what I've got. And then we'll start doing some of the interiors just to play around with it. So let me do that, and I will see you guys in just a moment. Alright guys, so as you saw, I got some of the landscaping done, and I've got to say, it definitely looks weird right now, but I think I might like it. Now, like I said, this episode is 100% experimental, so if we don't like it as a whole, I will completely scrap this idea, but I do like it overall. It's a little messy and a little exotic. There's a lot of things happening, but that's kind of the purpose. It's really not meant to look, smoothly integrated. What is that noise? Goodness gracious. There's probably a mob behind there, but I've never heard that noise. God, that's scary. Anyways, yeah, it's not really meant to look smooth because the thing is integrating it into the side of the building or the cave here. Not the cave, the wall, we'll just say that. It wouldn't be a smooth integration. It would be pretty rough, and you'd have to have something supporting it. So in this case, there's a little bit of caved in wall as well as support beams that are kind of holding these buildings up, but mostly the inside structures. But we've got nice little areas that have some plants, one little tree down there. That's kind of the idea that I have. But again, you know, it could change based on what you guys have to suggest. So what I'd like to do now is actually work on the interior of at least one building, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. But basically what we would like to do is create a basic room that has all the general colors for this kind of room. This will hold a villager, for example. So what I'm going to do is contain them using glass. Now each build kind of represents a specific villager, not specific like based on color, but just kind of a you know, each individual one. So maybe this could be a librarian, for example. And we're not going to do interior for each one, just kind of do individual boxes. But what I'd like to do is do glass and then do a roof of horizontal logs. I think that would actually look pretty good from a distance. So let me know what you guys think. This would be essentially the front of the design. We're not really going to put anything like more glass, for example. It's just going to be that. That just acts as a basic barricade that kind of keeps, you know, the villagers from getting out. And we also need a crafting bench. So let's try and get one of those and then make some hatches or trapdoors as they are so commonly referred to. And we're just going to pop those there on the edge. I just thought this would maybe add a nice, you know, variant of color and detail in there. Then we're going to get rid of the torches because we don't really need them anymore. I'd like to put maybe some glowstone up here. I think that could probably be pretty good. So we'll do that temporarily. And then let's get 2 more half slabs as well. Now the goal here is to be as simplistic as possible, because overall, if we have a lot of designs, we're not going to want to be doing, you know, loads of different things repetitively. I'd really like it to remain simple as can be, so I'm just going to do kind of the same design in each one, just different colors. So for this one, for example, we'll do a cyan bed. And then I'd also like to do a painting on the wall. Now the painting is obviously not going to be able to fit a specific color, unless I guess we could try and find the closest matching, but I really don't want to worry about the color scheme too much. The general idea is that if we need to get to a villager, we can. I don't want to overthink it. I want it to be pretty simple. That way we can always add to each villager that gets added to the game. Ooh, you know what? We could actually do that one. You know, originally I didn't want to do the 2x2, but I think I might for this for the sakes. I think it actually looks pretty good. It fits the color scheme really well. Yeah, I think we'll do that. Why not? And then what I'd also like to do is probably just plant down a crafting bench somewhere. I don't really want it to connect, though, is the problem. So maybe we'll just do it there. Maybe it will connect. Not that big of a deal. But yeah, or actually what we could do, just to add a little bit more detail, is sink this wall back by 1. Let's see if we can get some more blocks here. And the painting's gone. That's just fantastic. There we go. Then we'll just do that just to kind of have some detail. And just to add like maybe a shelf or something, I could always just get a trapdoor and pop it here. Now we could actually put a player head on that, which I think would look pretty cool. But for now, we'll just kind of keep it like that. Or we could even add bookshelves in there, which might look a little bit better, admittedly. But that's kind of the general design. You know, we'll just do different rooms and have overall the same color scheme. That way, you just kind of see, you know, a bed in there, you see someone living, and really not much else. And I'll add carpets and stuff later, but next, I'd actually like to work on a door. So I'd like there to be a sticky piston kind of design that just allows for us to get in and out easily without having to worry about, you know, mobs getting through or the villager escaping, for example. So I'm just going to create a very simple door that is probably not the most efficient thing, but you know what? I'm not a redstoner. I'm no mumbo jumbo. Alright, so to start, what I'm going to do is just put a piston down there, and it's going to hold our cyan block. The actual buttons are going to be here. And this is going to be a pretty interesting design, to be honest. I never would have thought I would have come up with something so simple, but it's probably not efficient, like I said, at all. So now I need to grab a little bit more stone bricks because I'm just placing them all over the place. I wasn't aware that there was just a gigantic canyon right below me. But honestly, that's fine. No big deal at all. So what I'd like to do is have a sticky piston here that activates whenever you press that down. And then what I'll do, I think I'm going to use some red concrete just as like a redstone block, just so forever mining we know not to mess with this block. But basically, we're going to need this to be activated at all times, just like that, unless a block goes into it, some sort of redstone current. So to do this, I think what I'll do is have a redstone source here, and then a repeater on that side. Like I said, this is probably not really efficient in any way, shape, or form. I just figured it'd be nice to kind of play around with some stuff. Let me know if you have an easier design down below. But yeah, basically it'll do that, and then we'll have a redstone repeater going into that, and then just a little bit of redstone. That will kind of go through there, and essentially what will happen is that will press down and open up. Very, very simple, very compact, I think. Probably not the most compact, but it works. I'm happy with it. It'll do for what we're trying to get done. Let's pop that back down a little bit more, do that there, clean up, and that should work. There we go. We got a basic little door design. Nothing crazy, just very simple. I like it. It's convenient and not too much of a hassle. So that's pretty much the design overall. That's how we're going to do each room. We're going to have a basic entrance. We're going to have a villager just walking around in there. They can't escape. And originally I thought about putting like an iron trapdoor on top of the glass, but honestly, I just like how simple this is. We could do carpet though. That could be pretty interesting. All right, let's see if that worked. I honestly think that carpets are the answer. Yeah. Wow, that actually looks a lot better than I thought. That just adds like a nice little cap, a little separator to the glass, and I think that looks pretty good. And then we can actually do red ones and yellow ones, so it actually fits really, really perfectly. So that's the design. That is pretty much it. Like I said, we've got a basic door, a basic little habitat for a villager. We can easily enter. We don't even have to enter, honestly. We could just stand there and click the villager. But if we did need to go in, we could. So overall, I think this is a pretty good design. I am pretty proud of it. Let me know what you guys think. I'm going to go ahead and get the rest of them done, and that is pretty much where we're going to end it. But again, let me know if you have any designs. If you do, send them to me on Twitter. All right, guys, and with all of that work, we are pretty much done with our example here. Now, I've gone ahead and disabled the beacon just so that we can actually get a good looking view here. So, all right. From the top, I kind of want to give an example of what this would look like. So when you kind of look over, you don't really see much until you start to peek out. And what I'd like is for it to actually wrap around that entire second layer and end right there. So we'll have about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7 houses available in this plot, because some of them I'd kind of like to do up top as well, but I don't know. I really need you guys to just let me know if you like this idea, because if you do, we will continue it. Otherwise, there's really no point in continuing. I can actually change these to medieval houses if you'd like, but honestly, I really like this idea because it's extremely simple, and it's something that we can get done very swiftly. So to do a recap, this is the design that we did for the blue room. You basically just walk in, you've got a bed, crafting bench, and a painting here. Maybe we could even do something secret behind there, but yeah, and then you're able to easily exit, and this is like an ease of access trading room in case you or window in case you want to trade with the villager. And then we have these two houses over here, which kind of offer up the idea of like the concept of how this village will work. So you have the same shape as this one. This just shows that we can do it in other colors and kind of do the same theme of, you know, different colored beds, carpets, all that kind of stuff. And I tried to do a red painting, but that's as close as I could really get. And then we also have another one that kind of showcases that we can do different sizes. So maybe this one could fit 2 villagers or something like that. So if we kind of head back here, I actually like this idea. We've got the door for this one here. And then when you go out, you actually have the door for the other one back here, so it's like a little back alley. And this is where we could do like farms or ease of access to other things, and I really like that idea. So we basically got like a very nifty aquarium, or not aquarium, what's it called? Terrarium, I guess? Not necessarily terrarium, but just a place, let's just call it a villager fish tank. We've got really cool little fish tanks here to hold those villagers, and I think it's an awesome idea, and I love the city idea where we've got these basic pathways that lead us to different things, and I think it'll be pretty cool. And I also had the idea to do like player heads on the shelves, and it could be the player heads of the sponsors and stuff. I thought that would be pretty cool. Alright guys, that is pretty much going to do it for today. I can't really do much more without your feedback, so please send me your feedback and suggestions in the comments and on Twitter at SystemZ. And guys, if you did enjoy, make sure to subscribe. That way you'll be notified of all future uploads and live streams. And that is pretty much going to do it. So guys, I will see you in the next one. Look in the description for my schedule, by the way. I am going to be putting that there just so that you guys don't miss another upload or live stream. But yeah, my name has been SystemZ. You guys have been totally awesome, and I will see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.